Alright, so I want to do a quick follow-up here to the engine teardown inspection video that I did, and just wanted to give a status of the Challenger. I talked about it a little bit in the last one, but again, just to recap, so yeah, it's the new year, and I've got the work bug in me. I want to really get to work on this thing. So we've pulled the motor and the trans, and obviously you've got it torn down. Transmission's going to be sent off to a guy who will rebuild it. Engine will be sent off to be dipped, cleaned and honed. Heads are going to be rebuilt, and so the drivetrain will be all brand new. And while that is all in the machine shop, I am going to be deep in this front end. Basically what we're going to be doing, so the fenders are going to be coming off, the grill and everything's going to be coming off, and we're going to be tearing out they're called the inner fender aprons. We're going to be tearing those and the radiator support out. So after looking online, you can find sets for these. They come in sets of 12, like it's a 12-piece set, and it includes this whole apron, the whole inner fender. Let's see, we're going to use Mr. Magnet here. It includes this piece here, not the radiator support, but just this piece. You can see it's spot welded there. Probably a couple others underneath this. But that whole part comes with the set. There's a support underneath the fender about here, which on this side it's actually broken off. It's hanging down here. That comes with it. And I mean, there's just a bunch of other ones to fill in all the sheet metal. So, okay, this is perfect. We'll look to this side. So first of all, you can see that sheet metal here is supposed to be here. You can see the little spot welds there, and there. Someone had gutted that out. I don't know why. If anything, I think this was a replaced fender already, because it's green and the car is factory yellow. So even looking down here, none of that is attached to anything. And if I come over here, I don't know if this will pick it up, but if I push, well, that doesn't do it very well. So if I just grab this, look at that. It's not supposed to do that. Same with this side. Okay? It's not supposed to do that. All of these holes are the spot welds. So these have been drilled out. But luckily for me, that's what let's zoom back out. There we go. The replacement set that I'll be getting, it'll have the extra sheet metal, and it'll come down here, and I'll just come in and, tack weld all of that in. Yeah, okay, so the radiator support, I originally thought and had seen online that this was all one piece, okay? This top piece, these pieces here, and the bottom. But turns out you can get, those with the apron kit, and then the top and bottoms you buy separate. And I think they actually come together. It costs $200. And why? Why does it cost $200 for this piece of stamped sheet metal? Like, come on. This shouldn't be that expensive, but I digress. So this is going to save me a couple $100, because I thought that I had to buy this whole piece and then buy those separate and, weld those two together. But it turns out I just buy those, and then I weld the top and bottom bars onto those. So, yeah, so that's kind of the plan in here. Now, luckily, this is all cut out already. The only places I gotta really do some cutting is the radiator support and on the firewall. So, probably can't see it on this side. Yeah, you can. So there's probably some tacks on there on the inside. Gonna pop those, drill them out. And then we'll start putting the new pieces in. Let's see. While that is being all torn out, I'm going to have well, obviously I've got a lot of access here to the suspension. So I'm going to be tearing into the suspension. There's a linkage down here. Yeah, I believe it's this one actually, has gone out. So this wheel actually turns, left and right on its own. When it's jacked up, you can move it back and forth. So that, whatever that ball joint right there is shot. But I can get a whole rebuild kit for about $260. And then the engine bay sheet metal is going to be, let's see, these are 180 a set, so two of them 360 and 200, 560. Call it 600, including shipping and taxes and all that bullshit. $600 there. We're going to be 280 in there. We're going to be about 1,000 into the engine rebuild. Yeah, so we're going to be dumping quite a little bit of money into this here in the next few months. And then the other thing, I've owned up to it, and I've decided I am going to get a Dakota Digital rally style cluster, gauge cluster. I'll put a photo up of that. Yeah, and then on top of that, we're going to put an all new dash pad on. That's going to be another $300. The Dakota Digital gauges are like $1,700, so that's going to be a really big chunk of money. But that's a key feature that I'm really needing on this car. Wiring kit. I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm not an electrical engineer. I understand electrical stuff. I just don't do it for a living. I build rockets for a living. But I've built the front end wiring harness. I've bought the rear end wiring harness. I'm thinking I'm going to own up to it and just buy the main harness. It's going to be another few $100, but it's going to save me a lot of time on this build. And over the last 2 years, I've wasted a lot of time. My goal is to have this thing driving and in, I would guess, car show condition by June of 2026. So right now we're in January of 2024. This car needs to be done by June of 2026. Why June? Because that's my 10-year high school anniversary. I graduated in June of 2016. So I want to have this beauty in really good shape and be able to take it to the reunion. It's sort of, in a way, kind of like a, hey, look what I became. But then again, those people probably don't give a shit. But we're going to do it anyway because it's fun and I enjoy doing this. So, drop my thing. Another thing. While I'm getting that, I'm going to be getting some of the exterior pieces, the sheet metal and all that. So new fenders, that's going to be about $800. Lower valence in the front, lower valence in the rear, and then we're going to be getting a new deck filler. So that's going to be fun. And I say fun, I don't know what I'm going to be doing to pull this out. But we're going to do it anyway, because why not? Why the hell not? We're going to have to pull that window. Oh, and then the rear quarter. This is going to have to cut out, or get cut out. And we'll get a new one in there. Hood has a little bit of work I got to do. There's some cracks down in the bottom that, there we go. Cracks in the bottom, or, well, I guess on the car it's the front, that I've drilled them so the cracks don't propagate. So we're going to go in and clean those up with some welds and grind them down. That's pretty much it. Paint, I'm not looking at paint yet. I want to get, the drivetrain together. I want to get the sheet metal done, and just get it driving. My goal is to have this driving by April. So I've got, all of January, February, March, April, end of April, whatever. I've got 4 months. 4 months, I want this on the road, driving. I want to drive it to work. I want to drive it to, there's a car show that we have here in Utah every Thursday. I want to go to that. And yeah, I want to enjoy this thing because I've had it for 2 years and I've driven it like literally 2 miles. And that was at the first car show I went to. So yeah. But anyway, that's just kind of an update where I'm at. So yeah, powertrain will be worked on by somebody for the next few weeks, and then during that time we'll be working on this, and I'll post some videos about that, and we'll go from there. So anyway, thanks for watching, and take it easy.